talk about some of the projects you guys have in mind, what's going to be replaced, and kind of why, what the importance is of the new amenities you guys would like to replace?
Sure. So the proposal is to build a new water park and ice rink right here at this current location. Actually, the ice rink would be here where the current splash landing is right now, and the new water park would be where the current frozen landing usually sits at the corner of 23rd and Middle. This water park, we've been working together with the YMCA, who is going to help us fund this project a third. The City of Bettendorf will throw in a third, and we have some private funding for the other third. So this project, the scale and the scope of this project, we wouldn't be able to do alone as a city, probably without some sort of tax increase or referendum. So this partnership allows us to bring these amenities to the community without having to raise taxes.
Nice. And what will the new amenities kind of add to the community? How will it benefit individuals who live here?
Sure. So the new water park will be almost 50% larger than the current pool we have here. I'm sure it's no secret that our pool has had issues, especially this summer in particular, but it is aging in many ways. The bathhouse is old, the slides really need repair. There are other infrastructure things that are definitely fading, and so it either needs drastic repairs or we need a brand new pool. So we're excited. The new water park proposal has a lazy river. It has 3 large 3-story slides. It has a fly time slide, a rock wall, diving board. There'll be basketball hoop. There will be inflatables that you can take in and out to provide extra activities for kids. There'll be a toddler kind of 5 and under area for kids to play. There'll be, it's called a wet deck, so it's like a playground with various splash features and buckets of water, things like that. So that'll be great for parents who have little ones. There'll also be a brand new concession stand and locker rooms and bathrooms that will also be able to share with the ice rink in the winter time. So it will get used in the summer as well as in the winter for the new ice rink.
And what does it mean emotionally for you guys to be seeing some of this stuff go, hopefully?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a fabulous amenity for the community. The location, keeping it here, allows people from, it's pretty central to the city. And so it allows kids, maybe from the southern part of Bettendorf, to walk, to bike there. It's really accessible to the community. In the partnership with the Y, they will operate the pool. They will take all the profits and losses. They will be responsible for the day-to-day maintenance, the staffing. So that will help the city tremendously. They've run pools. This is what they do. So they're the experts at it. So I think that's a plus for the community. Also, if you're a Y member, you will be able to get into the pool for free. And as well as all the other things the Y has to offer in the community. So while it's still going to be owned by the city, it will be a city pool technically. Since the Y is running it, Y members will be able to get in. So you'll still be able to get in with a daily rate when you're a citizen. So that won't be an issue. None of that's going to change. And there won't be any sort of Y only hours, things like that. It's going to be open to the community, open to the public, all hours that it's open. And they still plan on providing lap swims, fitness classes, swim lessons, all of those things that the city had provided at Splash Landing, they will continue to provide at the new water park.
Nice. And I know the plan still needs to be reviewed and approved and things like that, but how soon are you all looking to kind of get started, if it is approved? How soon are you guys going to get started and pretty much wrap things up as well?
Sure. So if it's approved by the City Council, we will hopefully have a bid packet that's ready to go by the end of the year. And that means we put it out to bid, companies will bid on it, we'd award the bid sometime after the first of the year, and then hopefully construction would start in the spring. And then it would open in the summer of 24 would be when the water park would open.
Yeah, and could you speak a little bit about the Life Fitness Center?
Sure. So in this proposal, the YMCA would purchase the fitness center. They have a real need for space. The fitness center, and Brad can talk more about this, but they have a plan to turn it into a youth recreation center. So it's not going to be your traditional YMCA. They will be offering programming for gymnastics, ninja course, indoor basketball, indoor soccer. They're also proposing an early childhood center that would provide childcare for upwards of 100 kids, which is a real need in the community right now. And so the things that they're able to do with the fitness center are things the city would probably maybe look at doing, but it would take the city years to come up with the funding to be able to do those things. And the Y being a non-for-profit, they're able to turn it around quicker. They need the space, they like the space. So it's part of this whole proposal is they'll give us the third, but they want the fitness center in there as well. So it's all one big package deal.
And one of the big concerns from residents that have been coming to City Council is what's going to happen to indoor pickleball courts, tennis courts. What's going to happen to those kind of amenities?
So the YMCA has agreed to keep the tennis for a period of 18 months at minimum. It will be reevaluated at that point as to whether or not it will continue longer, but it will stay there. There are one of the tennis courts in the fitness center is striped for pickleball. So pickleball, that could be arranged. They could still play there. The YMCA, the Bettendorf YMCA, is offering 6 pickleball courts in the mornings at their Y locations for pickleballers to play. Our recreation staff will be moving down to the community center, and so they will offer pickleball down there as well. I know that TBK has drop-in pickleball right now for $5. They have open hours. You can also reserve courts there. There are a lot of outdoor opportunities for pickleball right now in the city. So I think between all of those offerings, there are plenty of places for the pickleballers to play pickleball if they choose to do so.
And Kim, can you talk about the budget impact, how much
Sure.
the city would save from not running like fitness center in the pool?
Yeah, so the pool, the city loses approximately $200,000 a summer by running the pool. It's just weather dependent, it's staff, upkeep, chemicals, things like that. We never make a profit on the pool. And then the fitness center, same thing, lose about $250,000 to $300,000 a year that the city has to subsidize. So between those two entities, it's about $450,000 to put up the ice rink. We currently have the temporary ice rink. Costs us between $50,000 and $70,000 to actually get the plywood, get the surface ready, roll it out. Every year we have to do a lot of welding work to the dasher boards that we currently have. They get pretty banged up, so that costs money, labor costs, all of those metal sea cans that we rent for concessions, for warming, for skate rental. We pay, fees to use those. So when you take all that into consideration with the permanent ice rink, we'll just have to take the turf off, turn on the chiller, flood it, and it'll be much, much less maintenance once it's in.
So the ice rink will be still maintained and funded by the city?
Correct. So the ice rink portion is not part of the $18.7 million. That's separate. That's going to be about $2.5 to $3 million we estimate for the ice rink. But the city will own that, and we will operate it, and we will take all the revenue.
So how many members has Life Fitness Center had on average?
So right now they have a little over 800 members.
Yeah. And I mean, the loss for Splash Landing must have been much larger this summer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we lost probably about $250,000 to $300,000 this summer. This summer was great. I mean, we had hardly any bad weather. So every day the pool wasn't open, we're just cringing that this would have been such an awesome year to have the pool open. And it's definitely a loss for the community, and really unfortunate what happened this summer. And obviously if this deal is passed, we'll have another summer without a pool. But we are looking at making arrangements with other pools from other cities so that our residents can have a place to go.
Well, I mean, you obviously must have saved on the staffing costs for this summer.
No, we actually paid the staff all summer.
Really?
We did.
Because I know you had some like lap swims or
Yep.
limited
So
groups.
we decided to pay the staff because, as you know, staffing is an issue all over the country right now, especially lifeguards. We worked really hard to get these lifeguards trained and on board, and so we paid them all summer regardless of how much they worked.
Have you considered any like legal action against the paint manufacturer for all those issues?
We're still in negotiations with the contractor.
How old are Splash Landing and London Center?
Oh gosh. I think Splash Landing, I want to say, was built sometime in the 50s, 60s. I'd have to get back to you. I can't remember. And the fitness center, I think like 84, I want to say.
But I mean, Splash Landing itself was like
We
redone.
only redid, so we added the toddler pool, and then, but the pool, that pool itself hasn't been redone since then.